What's up, y'all? Good morning. Really talking about corporate and productivity and just how we're advancing our careers, how we're thinking about our careers as Black women in corporate America. But here we are today, Wednesday, and I need to brush this hair. This is a regular wig, right? And I just pushed it back and put a headband on it and kind of made it a headband wig. That's what I did because it is not, I didn't feel like laying lace or anything like that. So that's what I did. I went to work out this morning. It is 10:20 and I'm just going to do some really quick makeup. I already put, no I didn't. I was about to. This is my primer that I'm going to use, the Milk Makeup Primer. I have some new stuff that I want to use today. So I'm going to show y'all. I don't have a meeting until 11:30, so I'll probably work another later day today. Like an 11 to 6 or something like that. For my brows, I'm going to use the Benefit Precisely My Brow. This one has to be almost gone. Cause we've been using it a lot, y'all. Funny thing, I was watching, just scrolling on my phone, watching a TikTok, and I ran across several of these videos, and I've seen a few more of them, but I just ran across another one, and it was like, so are we tipping everyone now? And y'all, I'm not gonna lie, look, don't be coming for me either, and I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts in the comments. So I am, when it comes to like wait staff, bartenders, stuff like that, people like that, service workers like that, I am an avid tipper. I'm a big tipper, and I try to make sure that, you know, obviously we always tip well, and we always tip. That's just a rule of, you know, our rule of thumb. That ain't everybody's rule of thumb. I was a server before, honey, and that show ain't everybody's rule of thumb. But my rule of thumb, and you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I was a server at 19, and so I don't know if my rule of thumb was to tip every time before I became a server. And I think I just didn't understand, you know. I was only 19 when I became a server, so that means I was 18 when I was out in these streets, 17, 18 out when I was out in these streets, probably not tipping, and I just probably couldn't afford to tip, honestly. But once I became a server, I realized that if I can't afford to tip, I can't afford to take my ass to anybody's restaurant, right? So that's always my rule of thumb. However, ever since COVID happened, I feel like everybody has actually, like everybody asked you to tip. And so this one particular video in TikTok I was watching, she was more so talking about Starbucks. I feel like Starbucks has been asking you to tip for a long time, like on the app. They'll be like, you know, you can tip up to an hour. Like I'll keep getting pings that I can still tip up to an hour after my transaction, and I'm like, okay. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't usually tip at Starbucks. I feel like obviously bartenders and wait staff, they are getting paid. Shoot, when I was a waiter, we got paid $2.13 an hour. So yes, we needed tips. My full 2-week paycheck used to be like $70 or something like that if there were no credit card tips on there. Well, that was in like 2006, so people, you know, lots and lots of people were still paying with cash. But if there were no credit card tips, like seriously, my check used to be like $70. So I mean, we would forget we had checks. Hell, I think we got paid on Tuesdays, I remember, and we would like, I would forget I had a check. And I would come and pick up like 2 checks at a time every month because there was just no money. So you know, servers now, the serving minimum wage is a lot more, but still it's not a livable wage. Not that our minimum wage is a livable wage, but you know what I mean. It's even under that. So you have to tip your wait staff, your bartenders, service workers like that. Now, when it comes to like if you're getting carry out or a barista at Starbucks or all of these other, like every place is asking for you to tip now. And it's just kind of like, you're making not a salary, but you're making a wage. Whatever that wage is, that's the wage you kind of signed on to make, right? And I'm not saying it's a bad thing to tip, okay? Not at all. First of all, I don't feel like $8. I don't feel like $10, $12, even $15 is a livable wage the way these prices have went up, okay? The inflation is inflating, all right? Because when I got to pay $4 for a carton of eggs that early last year, I was paying $1 for. I mean, that's with everything. The inflation is inflating, right? So I get it. $15 is not a livable wage. However, there are people like guilt tripping people into tipping someone who makes like, someone who makes a full wage. And I'm trying to say this with as much tact as I can. Hold on, let me go wet my sponge and then I'll come back. What I was trying to say, wrapped up with a little bit of tact, is the wage that you make is the wage that you signed up to make, the wage that you knew you were going to make when you started that job, right? FYI, we're using the NYX Bear With Me Blur. This is a new foundation. I hauled this in my last haul video, so check that video out if you haven't, but we're going to use that today. I'm in the shade Caramel, BWM BT13, all right? And I'm gonna mix that actually with the Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation. Y'all know I love to mix my foundation, so I'm gonna mix these two. But yeah, that wage is kind of what you signed up for, so it is unfair to guilt trip people. And not saying that the workers are doing this, right? But I was just talking about all the comments I was seeing in the comment section of this one post, and people were like, oh, they don't make that much money, and if you can afford to buy an $8 coffee, then you can afford to tip the barista. And it's like, yeah, I could. Well, some people may not. Some people, they wanted that coffee. They're already buying an $8 coffee, and they're like, well, dang, now I gotta tip the barista too? Like, don't guilt trip me into trying to pay them a better wage when, you know, the Starbucks guy is living in a mansion, right? Like, ask him to pay them a better wage. Like, don't try to put the cost, their raise onto me. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Like, hell, your average CNA, certified nurse's assistant, probably makes less than a barista nowadays. I mean, our Starbucks around the corner starting at $16, $17 an hour. Your average CNA probably makes that or less, and there's no tip jar at the hospital, you know what I'm saying? And they wiping your grandparents' ass or your ass. Hell, they don't just work with older people, they work with everybody. So I mean, and I would say that deserves more of a tip than making my drink. And I'm not downplaying baristas. I only said this because the post was about Starbucks, but I'm not even downplaying baristas. I enjoy me a nice cup of Starbucks. As you guys know, I love going to Starbucks. Have I ever tipped at Starbucks? I have not. And it's, I don't know, y'all. I be conflicted because I feel like I said, ever since COVID, and maybe I just wasn't seeing it before. And like I said, I feel like Starbucks has been there for a while, like before COVID. But ever since COVID, I feel like everywhere is asking for a freaking tip. And it's like, come on. Like, even the smoothie place, one of the smoothie places I go to, not Smoothie King, but it's another smoothie place that I like to go to, they ask for tips now, and it's like 20% tip. And it's like, y'all done went up on the smoothie prices, right? I'm at $9 for this smoothie, and you want me to also add a 20% tip onto this smoothie. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to pay $11 for a smoothie. Like, I'm just not going to come here anymore, or I'm gonna come here less and less if I feel like I'm being pressured for a tip. Am I just not keeping up with the times? Like, am I just am I just a horrible person? I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. I've been using this a lot lately. I love it. But am I just a horrible person? Am I just not keeping up with the time? Somebody let me know, because I feel like, I don't know if I'm in the minority or the majority of this issue, but I'm not freaking tipping everybody. Like, and I was looking at the argument, and people were like, going back to the baristas, they were like, well, baristas make custom drinks. How are they any different from a bartender? They're different from a bartender because they make a full wage. Whether you want to argue or not if that's a good wage, that's not my... I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. I don't know what to say. Don't work there if you don't think it's a good wage. Like, don't work there. I don't know what to tell you. But I just, bartenders do not make a full wage. They make a service, what do you call it? Like a service person's wage, a tipped wage. Which means they expect to make tips. They don't make a living if they do not make tips. Baristas are not the same thing. It is a nice gesture if you tip. That is awesome. I just don't do it. And I feel like it's almost guilt tripping in a way. Because it is everywhere. And so everywhere you go, they're like, oh, you need to tip, you know, there's a tip box or a tip jar or a tip when you pay, and you're just like, God damn. So not only have prices went up, but now I gotta tip every single person who didn't touch my daggone order. And it's just, or handed me my order. And it's just, I don't know, it's becoming overwhelming. I will say that. That is how I have been feeling about it. So y'all let me know what y'all think, because I would love to know where I stand on this on this issue. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping or not. I have another new product that I picked up from Sephora. This is the NARS. Oh, okay. So look, listen to me. We are still on a no spend. What my mama calling me? We are still on a no spend for January. However, which I messed up a few times. We'll talk about it in my monthly reset. I did mess up a few times, but we're still on a no spend for January. So I did use my gift card for her right here. I had a gift card for Christmas, and this new powder came out, and I was like, I gotta get it. So I ended up picking up the new NARS. This is the High Tide. Oh, this is the Soft Matte Advanced Perfecting Powder in the shade High Tide is what I got. I think there were like 7 or 8 shades. And this one is actually pretty perfect. So we're going to use that on the face. That's pretty. And when I tell y'all, so this is my second time using this NYX foundation. When I tell y'all the face is blurred, honey, the face is blurred. Like, the pores gone. Where they at? They gone. They not here no more. Okay, this stuff is really, 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 really good. I haven't watched any reviews on this, but I'm assuming the reviews are spectacular, okay? Because it's really good. And that powder went on top very beautifully. Okay, let's hurry up. Let's do a quick bronze, a blush, and highlights, and then we're gonna get to work. Okay, y'all, lastly we're gonna do lips. I'm using this Mented Bare lip pencil. Is that the shade Bare? I think that might be the shade is Bare. And then I think this was an Andrea Renee purchase during the sale. This is the Sephora Colorful Gloss Balm in the shade Coffee Date. I want to say this was Andrea Renee's recommendation, but I got this during the Sephora sale in November. My forehead look big on here, y'all. All right, it's time to get to work. It's officially work time. It's 10:41. Let's head to the desk. Let's see what they got for us today. Lunchtime, y'all. Man, I feel like I've been working all day and I've been working for a couple hours, and I feel like I've been working all day for real. But oh, there is just so much to do. I feel like I'm still like playing catch up from being out for that like Christmas, New Year's time. I still feel like I'm still playing catch up from that because I'm still closing out cases and stuff that I got back then because, you know, they were just a little more complex and all of that. So I still feel like I'm playing catch up from that. Where is this? Hold on. I'll lower my desk a little bit. All right. I'm just eating my lunch. So I'm eating like some leftover steak and potatoes that I prepped, what was that, Monday night? I ate it for dinner. And I prepped a second helping, a little more than a second helping, so I'm not going to eat all this. But I prepped it for a lunch like this, and I am starving too. So work this week has been, I don't know. It's a quick week. I like quick weeks because you look up and you're like, oh my god, it's Thursday. Like today was like, oh wow, it's already Wednesday, and I've only worked twice. So these weeks are nice because they're quicker, but they definitely make you feel like you're up against the clock, right? I'm like, dang, I gotta get all this stuff done before Friday. What? So weeks like this definitely make you feel like you gotta move, you know, you gotta move a little faster because you up against the clock. Like Friday comes so quick. Why is excess denied? Excess is not denied. Maybe they firing me. Who knows? But Friday comes so quick. You gotta hurry up and get what you need to get done. What do you mean I don't have credentials? I do. I do have credentials. This is what I'm talking about right here. Let me see what's wrong with this, y'all. You guys, it has been quite a day and I'm so happy it's over. Let me turn over this. It's a client's resume, but it has been quite a day, y'all. I am like, I don't know, I'm just so happy it's over. It is 5:47, okay? And your girl is tired as all hell, but dinner must be cooked. So I have to cook dinner and I'm gonna take you guys with me. Let's grab the tripod. And we're gonna cook dinner today. I have no idea what we're gonna cook. Let's turn you around. I have no idea what we're gonna cook today. None. There's stuff in the fridge, so we'll figure it out. Why did they bring that loud iPad down here? Get somebody else to do it. I don't want to hear it. It has been the longest day, y'all. Look at my face. We have on that NYX foundation. Let's go in the fridge so you guys can see. That's better lighting. So we have on that NYX foundation. I think still looks pretty good. It's been all day. Something doesn't smell quite right in this refrigerator. Like, I just have not been able to get my bearings since we've been sick. The weekend is my time to get my bearings, and that just has not happened since we just weren't feeling good. So it's like, it's been hard to just jump back into things. Pretty sure it's you. I don't know.
Wait, what?
Some in here just don't smell quite kosher. I'll check that in a minute. So the chicken that I was going to use, still frozen. Still frozen. They're oh my god, we're a little oily now. And I did no type of touch up, but they are boneless, skinless chicken thighs. It is still frozen. I do have some zucchini that I want / need to use today, so we're definitely going to incorporate that into dinner, and probably either some potatoes or rice, but I just need a meat. Let me call my husband and let him know we don't want no meat.
I can tell you my problems, meditating my silence, but I keep pushing my pen, rotating my stylus. Brokenness feeling like sin, now no breath, low dollar. Used to be left on red, now all the girls go holler. Now all the girls go follow, all the fake fans gon' pile up. I need peace to borrow, get that shit right back tomorrow. Somehow all the fans go bravo, smile so much to hide my sorrows. Faith is shaky and vibrato. I can't hold a frown too long, I can't stay down too long. Look, running from pain, running from strain, running from things, running from schemes. I can't hold a frown too long, I can't stay down too long. Look, running from pain, running from strain, running from things, running from schemes. Couple things I know, couple things I show, couple things I don't. I can tell you my problems, I can tell you my sins, I can tell you my problems. I'm uncomfortable in my skin, I'm uncomfortable.
Chicken, rice.
I'm uncomfortable with my heart, I'm uncomfortable with my thoughts, I'm uncomfortable with my feelings, and sadly I'm uncomfortable with healing.